Welcome everyone, I'm DarkHour717 and this is the latest edition of the weekly news review. Of course, as we continue to play in the live verse in 3.17.4, we anxiously await the release of 3.18 to Wave 1 backers. As of Friday evening, we saw a new Illuminati patch go in for testing, and the possibility is there we may see something hit Wave 1 over the weekend or early next week. Before we get into all the details though, if you enjoy these updates, do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out and gets the video out to more. Also make sure to stick around to see how you can win a Drake Cutter starter pack in the month of December. Patch 3.18 PTU is on the verge of hitting Wave 1, though there is no solid date that we can expect it to move from Illuminati to the Wave 1 stage. A lot of speculation believes it could be any day now. We did see a lot of anticipation from the leaks channel that could have happened on Friday, but come Friday night we did see that the new build went to the Illuminati, as did the one on Saturday. My guess is that we could be seeing it sometime between now and midweek this coming week. We all know that a great deal of items are coming in with patch 3.18, and even after it hits the PTU for Wave 1, my guess would be that a live release won't be until after the first of the year due to the amount of content coming in with it. With the testing focus on the listed new features, what we're seeing is physicalized cargo refactor, which is the first iteration of the cargo refactor, and seeing all the changes to this long untouched gameplay loop is definitely exciting. Salvage with hull scraping. This is highly anticipated testing loop as many are wanting to get their hands on the Drake Vulture. We also see the platform assault on Orison, and this is using the Siege of Orison platforms for new missions and content outside of the actual dynamic event. Security post Korea reactivation, where now your crime stats will never be the same and you're only going to have a single point to clear them and new missions when attempting to do so. Courier delivery mission updates with new updated missions for the delivery gameplay loop. The sandbox prison activities, which gives you new internal missions to Klesher as well as aggressive NPC prisoners and escape opportunities. The new sand caves, which is a new type to explore and visit throughout the verse with this new environment. The Daymar crash site, which consists of the 600i and MSR crash site on Daymar, where we see new outposts centered around them. The Stanton racetrack locations, in which we saw a look at these on the Inside Star Citizen with a new focus on raceways and ability to do time trials and missions associated with racing. The Grey Cat PTV racetrack, and then of course the new rivers and the locations throughout Microtech and Hurston where these new waterways will exist. So with all these new features coming in, everyone is excited to get a chance to check out all the new gameplay. The Klesher and SPK changes along with the Orison platform changes are some of the most exciting for me personally, as I do enjoy the FPS and the Klesher gameplay. Keep an eye out though on the RSI site and launcher, and of course our Discord, as we'll bring you any information as soon as we can on any potential launch. Keep in mind the launch of 3.18 does signify the upcoming wipe, which we'll see when it goes to live. And there has been confirmation that once pushed to live, we're going to see a wipe consisting of everything. That means your wallets, inventory, and reputation, and you're going to get a complete start for all backers, including all in-game purchases of components and ships. And honestly, for me, I feel that this is actually pretty welcomed. This will help clear up the inventories of many people that have large extensive lists of items due to looting, in-game purchases, and more. You will start the patch with any pledged items, and any flare loss due to the looting or death will be placed back into your inventories. Also, we have received the subscriber flare for the month of December, and this month we see the Anvil Centurion as the ship of the month. Built on the Atlas platform, the Centurion provides for a lethal ground combat mobile unit with quad-sized 4 guns mounted on a manned turret. Last month's ship of the month, the Drake Mule, is now available in the subscriber store for $45 with extended 12-month insurance. And along with the ship of the month, the subscriber flare was released, and this month it's a trio of popular weapons from the verse. The FS9 LMG, the S71 rifle, and the Coda pistol. All are $5 each in the subscriber store and come with a unique skin. Subscribers will receive the FS9 or the FS9 and the S71 depending on the sub level. The Q&A came out for the Galaxy as well, and we discovered more about the latest concept, including that if you have no modules, you will have a traversable void. You can go in, but no cargo grid to secure anything that you place in there, and all items will be subject to the inertia of the ship. We also learned the reason for not including a base module is due to the inventory space modules consume. and if not wanted, the fact that it would be wasted space for something not in use if a player did not want to use it. Swapping modules, we find, will require areas like Cousin Crows and will require time to have it done, though the time has not been determined yet to do those swap out of the modules. They'll also not be deployable outside the installation shops either. Once installed, it's going to stay there until you swap it again at a viable shop. Also, much like the Hammerhead, the pilot will not have access to any guns, but will have access to the ship missiles. We also find out that the Galaxy will not be able to fill its own quantum fuel tanks like the Odyssey with its refinery, but we do find that, though not intended, the cargo module lift will be able to fit up to an Ursa to bring inside the Galaxy. The hangar itself will have no refuel or repair capabilities, so we did get a lot of answers on the Galaxy, and a link is going to actually be in the description for the full Q&A. I definitely recommend checking it out. This brings us to December, and with it the upcoming Luminalia festival. So what is Luminalia? It is the annual holiday in-game that coincides with the annual holiday time for many cultures in the real world. Celebrated in-game on December 22nd, its roots lie in a irregularly held Banu festival, Tikki Ithanga, or Glow Festival. This festival is marked by the lighting of ceremonial lamps that stay lit until their fuel is depleted. During this time of celebration, all Banu are considered one Suli, or one group. This has been adopted into a Banu human celebration, which gifts are exchanged, glowing lamps are lit, hunts for presents, and gatherings of loved ones, business partners, and acquaintances occur. So how is it that we celebrate this in the Star Citizen universe? Well, first we have several discounted holiday starter packs. This is available on the Aurora MR for $40 US, Drake Cutter for $51 US, C8X Pisces for $51 US, the Origin 100i for $52 US, Avenger Titan for $56 US, and the consolidated Outland Nomad for $71 US. Starting off with $5 US off the Aurora, all the way to $24 US off the Nomad. These are definitely great deals through the holiday season, and along with these deals, the referral bonus has returned as well and currently running between now and January 10th. Any new player that uses a referral code will also win last year's Ship Showdown winner, the Argo Cargo. It's a fun short-range cargo hauler, though no quantum drive is available on the little Argo ship. It is a $35 US value received for free and is completely upgradable through CCUs or cross-chassis upgrades. So if you're considering getting into the game now, it is the time to do so and get a free additional ship for using that code. If you need one, there is one listed in the comments as well as down below. There are also discounted subscription packs available when purchased in full year-length terms. $99 US for the Centurion level, which is about $11 off, and $198 US for the Imperator level, which is going to give you a savings of about $22 US. Other ways in the verse we will see Luminalia celebrate are the Luminalia 12 Days of Gifts Advent Calendar. Starting on 11 December, all backers will receive a gift a day from CIG for the celebration. In the past, these have included paints, in-game clothing, weapons, and other items, though also in the past has brought some issues to the items received. This year, CIG did take the spectrum to say that all items this year will be usable in-game, along with a note on the starter pack discount section stating that if you have one of these starter ships, to keep an eye on the advent calendar, so very possibly we'll see some paints or other items that can be used with these ships. We also see the greeting card contest return, and entries can be submitted through the 3rd of January, with top 3 prizes being an in-game CO Nomad, second place is going to be a Banu Defender, and first place will be a Drake Corsair, of course all with LTI. And there's also a screenshot contest running, which is also accepting submissions through the 3rd of January. And the top prizes for that is going to be 3rd place in in-game Argo Raft, 2nd place is going to be an in-game Drake Corsair, and 1st place on that one is going to be an Aegis Reclaimer, and again, all with LTI. We'll definitely have links in the description to get to all the rules on those 2 contests, so check that out if you're interested in participating in either one of those. Luminalia has also returned with the packages that give the ability to collect and sell them for AUEC. Finding these packages throughout Stanton, you can pick them up and take them to admin kiosks, and these are currently earning about 500 AUEC for each package found and sold. We also have the package delivery missions back and forth as well, so you can pick up and deliver the larger packages as needed. Links are going to be in the descriptions for all the Luminalia festival activities as well, so check that out. This will then bring us to our standard news items, starting with the lore of the week and a story called Hazy Days. The story is re-released and originally appeared in Jump Point 10.02. The story tells the tale of Pernell Arai, a freelancer that takes jobs via his mobiGlass, and he's just waking on Orison from being regened. With memories still fuzzy and non-existent, he feels the rush as his past comes flooding back to him. We follow Pernell as he returns to his hab and notices all the missing gear he must have taken with him to whatever job he had been doing. While still unable to recollect how he died, he uses the mobiGlass to find the last job he was working on and loads up with his backup gear to investigate. Upon arrival, he has to take out 2 occupants, and at the last moment before all goes black, he finally remembers there was actually a total of 4 people in that bunker. And the story itself is an interesting look at the process and what, as a character is going through the regen process, what they experience with loss of memory and uncertainty that could lead them to an endless loop of repetitive bad decisions. Link is in the description. I recommend definitely checking that one out. Wednesday, we did receive the latest in the roadmap roundup and another edition with only good additions to the roadmap. With the release view, we see the Drake Vulture, Cargo Refactor, Time Trial Race Missions, Persistent Entity Streaming or PES, and Gen 12 Renderer all added as committed for patch 3.18. And it's yet another sign that the PTU is edging even closer. After the roadmap roundup, we moved on to the latest for Inside Star Citizen, which this week, it's a look down the journey to 4.0. This episode, we look at the creation of sound within the game. Meeting Matt Gabnight spends the entire episode with Matt discussing creating the sounds of pyro and things used to really try to create a unique sound to the newest system coming down the road. With an interesting look at how he works, including making trips to the parking garage, he discusses reverberation and the effects it has on sound. After this, we get into the latest episode of Star Citizen Live on Friday, and we finally get to see more on Master Modes, as Jared is joined by Yogi and Richard, with us finally getting a look at a discussion more in depth to the Master Mode system. Though no additional footage is present, we do learn that the system is up and working internal to CIG, though the HUD and UI is still not set up or properly designed. This is also nothing that we're going to be seeing coming in with 3.18, but in Richard's words, when asked by Jared if this is the final stage, he says yes, it is the final form for the combat model. Though we know from experience there is no true final, as improvements are always possible to be made later down the line. Through the course of the discussion, we learn a lot of what they have already stated, with a review of the issues of jousting and how speed really is the cause for what they consider unenjoyable and uneventful PvP. Master Modes did make an impact during CitizenCon when it first was announced, and we learned that they've actually renamed the 2 stages to Combat Mode and Nav Mode. Richard does talk about the process of trying to find a solution before settling on the Master Mode system, and when one problem was fixed with any other solution, another problem would occur. In feedback from internal testing, it has been very positive, according to Yogi. With no real eureka moment occurring, everyone did find and agreed that the combat is much closer and engaging just by limiting the velocity of the ships involved. Though a little more info was discussed as far as consequences when performing the transition between the 2 modes, there was no large in-depth look at the mechanics of the new system. Though they do talk about the effects of sudden stop, as well as what effects the system will have on racing, as neither the combat or nav mode as explained will necessarily work with racing. Jared specifically asks about racing and the possibility of a 3rd mode, but Richard does allude to the role design to the ship may be the factor that makes the difference, as well as components will play a part and also the possibility of tuning. The more questions do come to mind on this system. Though Master Modes do seem as though it will accomplish what it is designed to do, the little nuances of the system will need to be seen as we get closer to the release time, which is currently unknown. After the talk about the Master Modes, Jared is joined by Sandy Roberts as they reminisce over the last 10 years, and announcements are made that Bar Citizen will continue in January 2023, as well as an official announcement of the 2023 CitizenCon being a live event held in Los Angeles this coming year. Though no date or venue has been released, the move to go back to a live event is always a good one to hear. And that's about it for the news this week. Luminalia is in full force, and we will be watching for the PTU launch. But leave a comment and let us know what you're looking forward to most with 3.18. And join us on Twitch as the day it releases. We will definitely do an extra stream if we're not already streaming. You can catch our regular streams on Twitch every Tuesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and on YouTube every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, follow on Twitch or subscribe here and comment on any video to enter for a chance to win a Drake Cutter starter pack. The winner is going to be drawn on January 1st. I want to say thank you to everyone, though, for checking out the update, and please be safe out there, and we will catch you in the verse.